Hi guys, and first and foremost, a very happy new year to you all. Let's hope that this year is great for all of us and brings all of us joy, health, prosperity. And let's hope this is a great year for cricket and we find some great matches and series and tournaments coming our way in this series, in this year rather. And cricket should shine in 2025. Just a few hours to go for the fifth and final test match in the Gavaskar Trophy to start at Sydney, the New Year's test. And the media was been buzzing for the last couple of days regarding reports of leak and discord, rift in the Indian dressing room. The reports have been quite damning in a sense about the coach and the captain and the senior players not getting along. India finds themselves 2-1 down, and this is a very crucial test match for India. In order to retain the Gavaskar Trophy, India must win it, and also to keep the statistical chance of making the WTC final alive. This is a very important test match. I'm Siddharth. You're watching Gully Cricket. Guys, please do consider subscribing and do turn the notification by pressing the bell icon and leave your feedback in the comment section. I really appreciate that. So there is no denying that the Indian team is transitioning, and India find themselves at a crossroads. And in the midst of it all, the leak, what came out in the Indian Express by journalist P. Devendra, that has I can't think of it helping the dressing room scenario and the players' unity or whatever. At the end of the day, if a team is not united and focused on achieving one goal, then I don't know that how that serves that team well. And India right now, it just seems like just because the performances are not coming, the results are not coming. Uh, some might say this was inevitable. Things like these, leak in the press whenever a team is down in the doldrums. So the gist of it is that Gautam Gambhir has had enough of some players playing their own way in the name of natural game and not following team directives or playing according to the situation. That's more or less broadly the gist of it. Uh, and it seems like there is a rift between Rohit Sharma and Gautam Gambhir. Also, there are reports that certain Indian senior cricketer is trying to portray himself as Mr. Fix It, and is looking at interim captaincy. Now, all these reports are just reports. How much truth is there to it is, I mean, you be the judge of that. But the thing is, this kind of things coming out, leaking in the media, because the dressing room environment and what is being said, it should be sacrosanct. It shouldn't leak out like this, but it has happened, and this is the backdrop in which India would start the fifth Test match, which is very important for India uh, tomorrow at Sydney. The most interesting thing out of it all is like, for me at least, is the team lineup, the probable team lineup, how that would shape up for this Test match. Because I mean, does Rohit Sharma take the really hard call of dropping himself in order to let Shubman Gill play? Rohit's return in the series have been meager. He has really struggled, and that has been evident. But having said that, this is Rohit Sharma's team. He's still the captain, and a captain dropping himself, though it is not completely unprecedented, but it happens rarely. I'm not sure it should happen, uh, given his contribution to Indian cricket and given the quality of player that he is. Uh, Maybe he deserves one more go, but I am I have a problem with the fact that it should not come at the expense of Shubman Gill. Yes, in Brisbane, in that one innings, in the first innings when he batted, he played a really bad shot. It was a big error in judgment. He shouldn't have gotten out the way he did in Brisbane. But in the two innings in Adelaide, he looked the real deal till he got out. He looked really comfortable. He looked really, set for a big score that unfortunately didn't come. I have made it clear even before that I thought dropping Shubman for the Melbourne Test was beyond me, uh, but that was done. Sydney is traditionally a wicket which spins, so you can understand going with two spinners in Sydney. I did not understand it at the start of the Melbourne Test match. Frankly, I would have played Shubman Gill, but now India stands, in a dilemma because Washington Sundar took his chance, batted beautifully in both the innings, bowled reasonably well because those conditions there wasn't much spin until the final session of the final day when we did saw the ball gripping and turning. Nathan Lyon exploited those conditions pretty well, but till then there was not much there for the spinners. So the question now would be how the Indian team lineup is going to shape up. Gautam Gambhir in his presser today has said that they will take one final look at the wicket, and then they will make the call of about the team. There has been also media reports that Shubman Gill today practiced under overcast sky in Sydney, and let's keep our fingers crossed that the weather doesn't play a spoil sport in this Test match like it did in Brisbane. So Shubman Gill fielded in the slips today. Rohit Sharma didn't. There are reports that Rohit Sharma might be dropped. Uh, Time will tell. But one thing is very clear to me, that Shubman should play because I mean he has not done anything wrong, in my opinion, in these last few games to be just unceremoniously dropped one fine day. It He should play. But if he does play, then at what number does he bat? Because if Rohit also plays, then it is the real complication for India. I mean, if you're saying Yashasvi batting at the top, who does he open with? Does he open with Rohit Sharma or KL Rahul? Under the circumstances, I think the easiest answer is for Rohit to drop himself. KL and Yashasvi should open. Then Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, Rishabh Pant. There is question mark on Rishabh Pant again. There has been, some some people wondered whether Gautam Gambhir meant Rishabh Pant when he said that people are playing their own way in the name of natural game and not playing according to the situation. So there have been some media reports that Rishabh Pant might be dropped. Dhruv Jurel in his place. I think that would be a bad idea. Rishabh Pant is a generational cricketer. He has not had a great series with the bat, granted, and granted, that shot in the second innings of the Melbourne Test match that kind of cost India the game. But um, up to that point, he was playing really well. He was playing sensibly. And another day, as I said before, also that ball would be either in the stand or would be a few meters away, and it would be a different story. Should he have played it in air? I mean, then you're talking about a completely different player instead of Rishabh Pant. Then you don't get what Rishabh Pant brings to the table. I don't think Rishabh Pant should be dropped. He should be batting at number 5. Yes, that question can be asked whether he should bat at 5 or 6. That's a separate story. But I think Rishabh should play. So 5, Rishabh Pant. Number 6, I would actually promote Nitish Kumar Reddy to number 6. He has shown ample times in this series what a great prospect, great future he has in Test cricket. His century in the last Test match at MCG kept India in the game. I would, promote him to number 6. Number 7, Indian team would take a call after checking out the wicket, but I would be okay if India goes with one spinner. Frankly, it could be either Ravindra Jadeja or Washington Sundar. Uh, so that is again to be seen whether India takes that hard call of playing only one spinner, because I do believe India need to play 3 seamers. There is no question in my mind about that, because especially given the overcast condition that existed today, and it's Sydney, weather always comes in, and there could be sporadic rain here and there. So, and my weather app tells me that on the 5th day there is chances of rain. So the other 4 days it should be fine. Even if there is rain, it shouldn't uh, wash out for too long or stop play for too long. So I would play 3 seamers without a doubt. And Akashdeep, again, Gautam Gambhir in press conference today clarified that Akashdeep has an injury, a niggle in his back, so he is out. So I think Harshit Rana will play in his place unless until India decides to give Prasidh Krishna a go. I, however, think that is unlikely. I think Harshit Rana would play. I welcome that because, as I said before, Akashdeep has not really had that impact that one bowling at the top of the mark, at the 1-2, the first top two bowlers. He has opened the bowling with Bumrah in the MCG in the second innings. You can call him unlucky, but the luck factor only goes that far. You can beat the bat 100 times, but if there is nothing to show on the wicket column, then it doesn't work. So, yeah, Harshit Rana, Bumrah, Siraj. So that makes your 9, 10, 11. But the question, as I said, would be whether India plays to spinners. And if India plays to spinners, who do they drop? Nitish Kumar Reddy, after, the, especially the entire series, if you can talk about that. But certainly the last test match, and there's no way India is dropping Nitish Kumar Reddy. So who misses out? Again, as I said before, the obvious answer could be Rohit Sharma, but he is the captain of the team and it is his team. Uh, so it is to be seen. Tomorrow, the Indian team lineup is, I don't think anybody can strongly name a team right now as things stand. On the other hand, for the, in the if you look at Australia, there's going to be one change. Pat Cummins in today's press conference made it clear that Mitch Marsh is being dropped. He has not scored runs and he has barely bowled in the series, and he really struggled against Jasprit Bumrah. So Bo Webster, the Tasmanian all-rounder, is coming in his place. Bo Webster is primarily a bowling all-rounder, uh, but Pat said it's like for someone to play at number 6 for Australia, they're looking more of a batter who can bowl. Uh, but Bo Webster, from all the reports that I've heard, is more of a bowling all-rounder. He's a dasher. He comes and you know tries to take the game on. So that is to be seen, and that's the only change that's going to be there in Australian lineup. Mitchell Stark, who had some side strain in Melbourne Cricket Ground, is fine and fit. So Pat said that he would play. So that means Australia. I think it's a good choice for Australia, good call. Mitchell Marsh has not had any impact in this series whatsoever. So Bo Webster is an unknown entity on top of it. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a good call for Australia. So Australian team is pretty much going to be that, just Bo Webster added in and in place of Mitchell Marsh. Rest remains the same. Uh, it is to be seen whether Usman Khwaja calls it a day or not, because his performances in this test series has also been quite poor. And he's no spring chicken. He's 38, but I don't know. I think Usman is not going to do any such thing. The next Australian tour is to Sri Lanka, 2 test matches there. Chance of playing the WTC final, I don't see it happening. Uh, so Australian team is pretty sorted, but the Indian lineup, I think at this stage, no one really knows how the team would shape up, what the team fit would be, and there, as I said, there's been lots of rumors, lots of talk, you know, but let's hope that at the end of the day, the cricket is kept in mind, and what is best for Indian cricket team, that is done, and the best 11 takes the field. Let's hope that. I'm Sadat. You're watching Gallery Getter. Guys, I'll come to you guys again tomorrow after the day's play. Do subscribe, leave your comment in the feedback section. Rather, give your feedback in the comment section, and I'll see you tomorrow.